Hi Aquarius, how's it going? We are here with a timeless reading. Before we get started with the reading, let's set the intention for this to be a space where everyone allows themselves to feel seen and validated, and ultimately for this to be a safe space and a healing space in alignment with the highest good. All right, we're starting off with the Three of Pentacles. Somebody that you're working with here. It looks like a decision's going to be made, but it looks like a team-based decision. I don't see this just being up to one person necessarily. So you may be trying to work with another person to come to a conclusion, to make a decision, to figure out what you want to do. Knight of Wands. If Knight of Wands is the suggestion here, that would be really going with your gut and going with your instinct. But I'm also getting not wanting to rush this process either. Meaning the Seven of Wands is coming out after this Knight of Wands, and that can mean that if you rush into something, there are going to be questions about that. And there may, it may create an issue even. I'm seeing Libra and Capricorn here. Yeah, I'm seeing it wanting to work together in a way that feels balanced and decide about something that may be, it's kind of like this, right? You have a situation that you're in with somebody, and I'm seeing you guys be in a space where you're like, I want to do this right. I want to make sure that both of us are okay with the pace of this, or how we're making this decision, or what it is that we're doing here, what we're trying to work towards. But I am seeing that there's a distraction in the environment that may have you potentially lose yourself to this thing, which would make things foggy. It's something that could potentially be introduced that's within the environment that would what is the best way to put this? It would take you out of the mental clarity. I feel it as being something that one or both of you guys could participate in that would maybe take you away from what's trying to happen. And it can be something tempting, but it would bring about a lack of clarity, and it would be more based in something that could be even a temporary fix, but not a long-term one. It's let's use an example. Let's say that you're trying to work with somebody to come to a conclusion with them, and you're like, what are we going to do about the relationship? I'm trying to figure out what to do here. And it's every time you guys have this conversation with one another, one of you pulls out a bottle of wine, okay, and you start drinking, and then you guys end up not discussing what needs to be discussed, and it kind of just smooths things over. Okay, so rather than dealing with things with a clear head, I'm seeing something enters into the environment that's no, it's fine, gloss it over. It's like a numbing agent of some sort, like a band-aid of some sort, that it's like very easy to give into this thing. And like, I'm sure you guys can imagine all of the different things that we can do that aren't actually resolving something that's like, when you guys are both in this clear state of mind, it's like, okay, this needs to be figured out, this needs to be worked out, like, what are we doing here? Something needs to be done. But then I'm seeing this like little distraction come through and be like, do this instead. Like, then you don't have to deal with that. And it feels like something that actually can be used to avoid addressing this. But what I'm seeing is that as much as it may be easy for like one or both of you guys to fall into that rather than addressing this, somebody's going to need to set boundaries here to make sure that that is not what's happening. Otherwise, like, no progress is going to be made. So it's about asking yourself where your priorities are. There's something here about space bringing clarity. Meaning there can be this part of you that's like, I know that it's going to be better for us to like separate for this moment or like take a break. And then I'm seeing that's when like answers come to you. But the part of you, like some of you, let's use an example. This is a codependent relationship. And you know that something needs to be worked out here. There's something unhealthy going on between you and this person. But then I'm seeing you like give in to like the unhealthy thing. The thing that you perceive as being unhealthy. Not like objectively, but something where you're like, this is a Band-Aid. And I know that this is a Band-Aid. And it's definitely like scratching an itch. Because the way that I'm seeing this, it's like the Devil and also the Knight of Wands. So this is something where it would almost be like a reflex of like, let's just fix it right now, but it's like not getting to the root of the issue. And so needing to like stop oneself before doing that like impulse or that reflex, and needing to be like, no, like we need to separate, or I need to stop doing this, or like get this out of the house, or like whatever this is. Because that's what I'm seeing in that like moment where there are no other distractions in the environment. That's when like the clarity and the truth comes through. And for some of you, it's even like when you have actually the opportunity to have like a clear discussion with this person where both of you guys are like soberly present. Soberly meaning like from anything and everything. I just mean like a focused, present energy where both of you guys can like have a discussion, communicate, hear one another, that sort of thing. I get to like, you could be like, what are we going to do about this? And it could be like whatever this Band-Aid is. And for some of you, it's something that both of you guys do. For some of you, it's something that one of you guys do, but then like the other person is somehow involved or like affected or impacted by this. One of the parties may not be in a space where they want to say no because they like the way that this feels still, and they'd rather use the Band-Aid than get to the deeper thing here, which is why this may have continued happening as it is. That's always the thing too, is that whatever we want the most is what we end up doing. Believe it or not, like whatever we're most willing to happen, most willing to come to fruition, like that's what we end up doing. That's what we're choosing, and it is an active choice, even if it's passive. I know too, this isn't like the easiest thing to hear either, because it seems like some sort of cycle would need to be broken if one doesn't want to keep repeating this, experiencing this over and over again. which it seems like that's why justice is here. Justice comes through and is like, yo, we got to balance something out here. Like something is not right. Something's very much off kilter. And also like to have justice here too that can say like there is a lack of harmony, there's a disharmony, and I need, like, in order to feel okay, in this relationship or with me and myself, I need to regain that normalcy, or I need to regain that balance, because something's happening that, like, we may be able to make it go away, but when we wake up in the morning, it's there again, you know, and just having this cycle of like, make it go away, it's there again, make it go away, it's there again, and like not getting to the root of what this is. So I'm getting that by like working together, and having, I'm seeing justice be the objective. So this would mean like a compromise that works for both parties. This wouldn't be a selfish decision, because like justice is Libra. So this is all about our interpersonal relationships. So this is like, how can you guys work together and make something that works for both of you, that can coincide with like everybody's values for the most part, and being able to talk about that, and then needing to address the elephant in the room, which I'm seeing like at least one person may be having a hard time resisting this, because I'm seeing the devil and I'm seeing the Four of Cups, and like one person may be like, I don't want to take this on anymore, I don't want to be doing this anymore, or like, I want to get to the root of what this is. Like, this isn't a terminal solution, it's not a long-term solution, but it's like, it's something very difficult to address for sure, because there's like a part of it that feels good, but then there's the other part of it that's like, it's just temporary, and it's going to constantly be this like going up and coming down and going up and coming down again, like regardless of what this is. It's like something that's comforting, and then you lose your comfort, and then it's comforting, and then you lose your comfort. And for some of you too, this has just been like the normalcy or the reflex of something to do. Some of you, it can also be something that's like socially acceptable as well. So it's like, how big of a problem actually is this? But it is, because of the way that it's showing up here, and you would know that too. This is how it's being identified. Some of you too, like you may be on one page and your partner may be on another page, and your partner may have like a type of charm that could potentially talk you into something that you feel like doesn't completely align with you, and that's how this cycle has continued. And so that may also be addressed, because I'm seeing the Queen of Swords here. And so this would mean like needing to sort of intellectualize this for yourself. I'm seeing you come out in the energy of the Queen of Swords. And I'm also getting this, like, one, you're feeling definitely pulled in a particular direction. There's a part of you that wants to control that impulse. I'm seeing there be like a search for clarity, maybe through a discussion or finding the type of information that you need. And I'm seeing like what's going to be helpful here is you protecting your peace over here, and protecting something that's going to take you away from this. So this can be like taking some sort of break, because this is the thing that like gets you deeper and deeper in the hole, and this is the thing that does not get you deeper in the hole, like recharges you so you could get out of that. This is being still, this is putting a pause on things. So even though it's like passive, it's like at least you're not getting further down in there, you know, and you're regaining strength to be able to climb out of that. So I'm not even getting it be like you need to do a whole 180. It's more so just like put a pause on things so you don't get deeper in there for right now. Some of you, this is with a friendship that you have, and you feel like your friend keeps talking you into something, and you're like, like every night I go out with you, I say like I'm only gonna do this, and then I end up doing that, you know, like it can really just be anything here. And it doesn't need to be, like something that we necessarily see as being severe. It can just be something where you're like, I didn't want to do that. Like every time I go out with you, I say that I want to come home by 10 o'clock and then we're out until 2 and then I can't go to the gym in the morning because I'm too tired, you know? So it really can be anything here where you feel like something is off balance, and it may be like fun to go out during that time, but having the devil here, it's like something that needs to be moderated, or like a complete, like some form of cessation. So yeah, depending on what this is for you, some of you may look at it and be like, no, we can't do this at all. But for others of you, it's just like needing to like rein it back a little bit. And it does look like it's tied to something that may be like fun to do for you, or maybe like a stress reliever, or something that like makes things lighter or like brings a sense of levity. However, I'm seeing it's like creating issues now, and that's why it needs to be addressed. And it may be easy to like keep going around and around and around, but I'm getting you be at a point where there's like a desire to course correct. So that's what's being suggested. Just to be clear again about this, I'm seeing it be suggested that you just like put a pause on this or take a break from this, just so you can like sort of collect your thoughts. Because you know, like when you're in the cycle, you're like in it and going around and around and around. This will help you like transcend it a little bit, so you can see it from above and look at, like, check out what's going on. Because you know, when you're in it, like, you can't really see from that perspective. This is being able to pull back just enough to be able to zoom out and see what's going on here and where you can tinker with what. All right, my friends, we are going to leave the reading here. I would like to thank everybody for connecting. Thank you for tuning in. I'm wishing everybody love and light and healing, and I hope to catch you guys next time.